So it is Masters Week. The first round starts tomorrow, and we're covering this week some of the shots that the golfers will face on the Augusta National Golf Course. Today's topic is a short shot from around the green. So I am here in Spain at this fantastic venue, Finca Cortes Inn, and it is the US Masters this week. It starts tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. Just before we get started, let me know, who do you think is going to win? Who's going to take that green jacket? Personally, I would absolutely love to see Tiger take it. Not sure he's playing quite well enough at the moment, but would love to see him win it and get back in the major hunt, trying to catch Jack's record. So this week we're going to cover some of the shots that you'll see the players playing this week around the Augusta National Golf Course. The shot I've just hit there, you'll definitely see that shot around the greens. That shot was a low flighted, high spinning shot that's taken a couple of bounces and pulled up a couple of feet right of the flag. So how do they play that and why do they play that? That was with my 56 degree wedge. Yet if you look at the ball flight, many of you will, maybe hit 9 irons or 8 irons on that kind of ball flight. So first of all, why do they play it? And then we're going to go through how do they play it. So they tend to play it because, the greens are incredibly quick. And so they don't really want the ball coming off the face too quick, which it would do with, let's say, a 7 or an 8 iron, because it's more difficult to control. When we're playing them with a 56 or a 60, the ball tends to go a little softer, tends to give them a little bit more control. The other thing as well, the greens at Augusta are incredibly slopey. We know that. There's slopes all over the green. So by using something like this club here, I'm able to carry the ball a little further and stop it quicker. So I can kind of miss out some of these slopes. If I was playing this with a 7 iron, I'm going to have to aim this much further out to the right, play it off that slope. It's just something I don't have to do if I don't need to. So when they play them with these kind of 56 degree wedges, carry them, 80, 90% of their way and then spin it, they're taking out a lot of that break. So how do they play it? Well, unfortunately, there are a few things that have to be in place first, which are in place at Augusta. The lie that you're playing the ball from has to be incredibly tight. The reason for that is we do not want anything getting between the club and the ball. If there's any moisture, so if the ground is wet, it makes it more difficult to play that shot. If the grass is long, more difficult to play that shot because there will be grass between the club and ball. If your wedge is dirty, that will make a huge difference. These wedges, these high-toe wedges I've got from TaylorMade, these are almost brand new. I've only used this a couple of times. It's clean, the grooves are clean and fresh. That makes a massive, massive difference. And also the greens, the surfaces have to be pretty good as well. If the surfaces aren't great, it's more difficult to play that shot. And finally, you've got to have a decent golf ball. You've got to have a golf ball with a soft cover that's pretty high spinning. If I was to play this, let's say a driving range ball, I've got no chance. It'd launch much higher. So there has to be a few things in place. Once those things are in place, we can go ahead and think about how we actually play the shot. So when I take my starting position, you'll notice that my heels are very, very close, and I've got the ball almost up towards my lead heel. So it's certainly not back in my stance, and I've got the club shaft fairly vertical with a tiny bit of lean in there. We also want the golf club working pretty much level with the ground. There will be some downward in this. The golf club will be working down towards the ground, but we're not going to have that too much. And you'll notice the shot I played there was no divot. So in the backswing, we're going to use a little bit of wrist set and a little bit of forearm rotation. As we do that, we're going to make a little pivot with the body. So you can see that when I make my backswing, I've got some wrist set. My forearms have begun to rotate a little bit. However, I've not done either of those to the extreme. So I've not done excessive wrist set. I've not done excessive forearms. I've just had a nice blend of a little bit of those. On the way through, again, I need that nice aggressive pivot. And I need a nice blend of those things on the way through, where I've got a little bit of release. But again, that's not excessive. And I'm certainly not feeling like I drive the handle forwards in this way. So we're trying to create this nice shallow approach where we've got a nice bit of release and speed in the club head. You can see how my hands are almost lower than the club head. The butt of the club is quite close to my left thigh, and the golf club is facing me. I can see the club face there. If I was trying to hit this ball lower, I would like to finish in more this position. If I was trying to hit an excessively high shot, I would finish very much more in this position. So we have to have this nice blend of a really positive pivot with the body and some little bit of wrist action going back, nice aggressive release of the club on the way through, and then that nice narrow arc here where the butt of the club is pointing at my pocket and I can see the club face. It is a shot which requires a lot of practice, it requires a lot of skill, and you know, I stressed this at the start, unfortunately many of you won't be able to play it just because the facility that we're on, or the golf course that you're on, isn't conducive to hitting those shots. You know, if I was in the semi-rough here or the rough around the bunkers, I couldn't hit it, but obviously around Augusta we know that everything's really tight, the grass is really tight, they're able to impart that spin. So let's have another go. I'll be pretty happy with that first one because it's only a couple of feet away, so let's see if I can get this one even closer. Carried it a little further, should spin. Okay, stop very, very quickly. I just carried it a little bit too far, but it's probably only about 3 or 4 feet past, so just a little bit too aggressive. But again, the technique was good there. It was the flight I wanted, managed to miss out all of the slopes that are here, carry it, you know, a good 90% of the way, and then pull it up pretty quickly and stop it. So if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like you could play that shot, make sure you've practiced it first before you do that. Get yourself some good wedges, get yourself a good ball, find a good situation around the green, give it a go, practice it. If you pull it off, it is impressive. Trust me, your friends will be looking at you thinking, how on earth did you do that? And don't tell them, keep it to yourself. Make sure they can learn it themselves. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Usual stuff is down below. Huge thank you to Finca Courses in here in Spain. This course is absolutely phenomenal. Almost on a par with Augusta, I would say. But really looking forward to watching the start of the tournament tomorrow. Really excited to see who comes out on top and takes that green jacket. Thank you for watching. Usual stuff, as I said, below. Click on the link over there to be a subscriber of the channel if you're not already. Would love to have you along for the journey. Thanks for watching.